Avoid dating the avoidant. Avoidant dynamics dysregulate your nervous system. You become addicted to emotional resolution. Your body confuses relief with love. After someone I dated a couple of years ago, everything started to make sense. I began recognizing the patterns, and honestly, they're textbook. About 6 months ago, I started dating someone, and at this point in time, my life looks very different. I'm a solo mom. I work, I take care of my child. I genuinely don't have time for games. Whether the other person realizes they're playing them or not, I don't have time for it. I don't have time for the extra drama. I didn't hear from this gentleman for a few days. And surprisingly, it didn't really faze me because I've learned that silence is louder than words. My only reflection was knowing I didn't do anything to cause the ghosting. So I refused to overanalyze it or waste my time. I understood. He pursued me. We had a good time. His last words were to me how much fun he had with me. So when I didn't hear from him, I accepted it was done. And I was starting to develop some feelings, but I stopped myself and I realized this isn't for me because if someone can easily break connection, then it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And I'm not fighting for anyone who gives up that easily. Then the text came a couple days later, but it came. He said he really liked me and apologized for being distant and said he didn't heal from his last relationship ending 2 years ago. But I mean, can't judge anybody, the time it takes to heal is the time it takes to heal. I didn't react. No, but you said this, and no emotional processing for him because in my mind, if he could pull away that fast, it never really existed it never really existed the way I thought it was. So I calmly said, okay, I hope you feel better. He offered to call me the next day. I said, okay, already knowing probably he wouldn't. And I was right, he didn't. And that told me everything I needed to know. Sometimes silence is deafening, right? It's powerful. I ran into him though a couple days after at the gym. And he said, hi. And I said, hi back. I could feel maybe he expected me to ask why he didn't call, but I didn't. Maybe that was me just projecting, but I don't think so. So there was no reopening, no chasing, no need for closure. That's his work, not mine. And honestly, I was proud of myself. So soon after, believe it or not, a coworker expressed feelings for me. I was surprised. I never thought of him that way. I liked him as a person. But then I had a dream about him, and that dream made me realize that maybe I liked him back. So I started to reciprocate on the flirtation, and then the push pull started. Every time he pulled away, I did nothing. I stayed grounded. It was just information now. I'm very aware of these patterns, and I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to cave into them. And every time he came back without me doing anything, afterwards, after a few rounds, I said, I see this pattern. I know exactly what this is. And I also knew it just wasn't for me. And here's the deeper layer most people don't talk about. When you're dealing with avoidant partners, your nervous system gets conditioned to live in anticipation. You are not relaxed, you're scanning, you feel a pullback before it even happens. Your body tightens. Your thoughts race. You prepare for emotional loss. That's not love. That's survival activation. And once your body learns peace, it can't unlearn chaos. That's why I couldn't feed into those dynamics anymore. My system simply rejected it. Growth and reflection. That's what I'm all about. I never chased any of them, and it's left room for growth and reflection. I am proud of myself for that because the old version of me would have tried to understand, would have tried to fix, reopen, pursue. But growth looks like emotional non participation in dysfunction. And that's why being single today feels completely different than it used to. Am I single? Currently, yes. But am I happy? Also, yes. I'm open to being in a relationship if the right person comes along. But I'm not searching from a place of lack anymore. I'm happy because I have myself. I have my peace. And for the most part, my life is drama free. My thoughts aren't occupied by wondering if I offended somebody or how to win them back or why they pulled away. I'm open and receptive to anything and anyone who can meet me halfway. And the peace I have now is something I'll never trade for any inconsistency again. So, whatever the time of day and wherever you are in this world, I hope you are doing well. Have a good one. Talk to you soon.